Hi, this is ViKki Carr, and I just want to remind all of you that you're listening to the Ken Behrens Show.
I do like the Beatles music when they're done. Well, the songs are done, say, like Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops.
Right. Well, we did, remember the Beatles' Nowhere Man?
Right.
Well, I did that as a complete ballad. And another one that was done, I think it was by the Mamas and the Papas, or was there a group called the Turtles?
Right.
Well, we've done the song. What the heck was the name of it?
You know You'd Rather Be With Me?
Never My Love.
Oh, Never My Love.
Right.
Okay, wasn't that the Association? Or am I wrong?
I don't quite remember. It's been a while back. But
showing my ignorance here in the music biz.
No. Watch all your audience and fans are going to be calling in and letting you know who it was.
Never My Love. Boy, I remember it. Do you remember coming to Normal and entertaining at ISU?
Right, it was a while back, but in particular I remembered it because we had just come back from Europe, and I had a comedian working with me who was really great, Mike Noon, and I saw Mike several times after that, and Normal, Illinois had become part of his act now. He says, I worked with ViKki Carr. He says, I can't tell you the places that we went to. This is like Normal, Illinois. And if I remember correctly, it was a very nice theater, and I think we were just kind of a bit on a jet lag coming in from England. But everybody was just marvelous.
It was a wonderful show.
Thank you.
How tall are you?
When I sing, I'm 6 foot.
Well, I'll go along with that. I'll go along.
But in reality, I'm 5'2" and a quarter.
Yeah.
That 1/4 is very important to me.
You are just a little petite thing. But
yes.
You can really belt out a song, and like you say, you are 6 feet when you sing.
It's kind of weird that, well, not weird, but interesting that when I had sung, when I first started to sing, I never stopped to think about that, not until people started to notice, and especially I'll meet fans or people, be it on a plane or in a store or something, and they'll recognize my speaking voice or my laughing voice, and then associate the face. But they'll come up to me and they'll say things like, "Oh, I thought you were so much taller," from television or something.
Television can be very deceiving, can't it?
Well, the thing is that when I'm sitting, I'm tall. That sounds weird, but think about it. I really, Danny Kaye, when I used to work with him and did his television shows, used to have stools where he used to sit with a guest. And, I noticed that his stool was always higher. And so finally one day I had the guts, and I said, how come your stool is higher? I thought maybe because he was the star of the show, and he started to laugh. He says, you want me to show you why? So he got 2 normal stools or something to sit on. And I was taller than he was, because he was very short in the trunk, and I'm very tall, and he's all legs. I just didn't have the legs to go with it, Had I had the legs, I might have been another Julia Prowse.
Yeah, you have what you would call a long trunk.
Right.
So did Dumbo, by the way.
Oh, cute.
That's another story altogether.
Right.
ViKki, this is really a treat talking with you, and the reason we got you on the phone is because you're in Chicago, right? Well, she was in Chicago.
Hello?
ViKki, are you still with me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what happened there. This is obviously a live conversation. You're in Chicago at the Blue Max these days.
Yes, I'll be opening tonight, and I'm very excited about it because it's been a while since I was in Chicago. The last time I was here was, it was December for, the benefit that was at McCormick Place for St. Francis of Assisi.
Are you yawning on me?
Would I yawn on you? I should explain to your listening audience that I just woke up, and I came in from California, so it's 2 hours earlier, and got in late.
I do that all the time, and I'm only kidding you here. I'll be really engrossed in the conversation or something. All of a sudden, I just have this yawn that comes on, and I have to do it. But I don't take that personally at all, Miss Carr.
Are you yawning?
No, I'm not.
Well, the last time I was here was December, as I was saying, and it was kind of it was a very special event, that benefit, and then even more so because that's the day I became engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And it happens to be a gentleman from Chicago.
Are you married now?
No.
One of those long engagements?
Well, we decided that we wanted to enjoy the engagement. And it's very funny because he's not in the business at all. And when he started to hear some gossip columnist giving the dates, or he heard about it, they called him at the office, and he started to hear about so-and-so said we're getting married on so-and-so, and he says, well, who the heck is that? So now he's become very glib in a way, and he says he thought he would watch the Tonight Show and see what Johnny Carson says. So when Johnny quit, or was threatening to quit, I went up to him and I said, "You knew all along that he was going to quit." I said, and he said, "So that means we're never going to get married." And he goes, "Oh no," he says, "you don't get off that easy." And so I said, "Well, what would you do if Carson said one time, that, okay, Mike," he says, "you're going to get married now?" He says, "Well, it's because I'd marry you."
What is Mike's name?
Michael Nilsson, Nilsson.
Oh, I see. And he's not related to the entertainment field at all.
No.
Okay.
He's in the paint business.
Ah, well.
We made a deal.
I hope you have.
Paint, and he doesn't sing.
I hope you have a terrific marriage.
Thank you very much.
What is your name now? I mean, before you're married, it's a long one, isn't it?
Florencia Vicenta de Casillas Martinez Cardona.
Whew. Boy, you could dance to that.
Right. Or we could actually start a whole new rock group with some of the names that they have nowadays.
Yeah, right. ViKki, Carr, this is really a treat, and I know you're busy and all of that kind of thing, but I do want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us. I want to invite the folks up. You're going to be at the Blue Max for, 2 weeks?
Well, no, it's going to be about 9 days. We're here through next Saturday, week from Saturday.
I had the release in front of me, and then this interview came about rather suddenly. I know they were trying to get in contact with you, and I don't have it in front of me, so it's through next Saturday.
Right, through the 9th.
Okay, we invite the folks up to take you in. Are you doing disco songs now?
We do everything. We do everything from country to Sinatra music to disco music, and I feel the show is just all around entertainment for everybody.
Let me ask you one question before I let you go. Where do you think music is going? And this is a really hard one. Do you think we're getting back to the big band type things again?
Well, it seems that the MOR artist, we're getting a kind of a pretty sound to music. I think disco now is a completely different direction that has come up, and I'm sure when you read the trades, you see now they have their own charts. But country has crossed over into the, I guess we would call the pop charts. And I don't know, I feel people want to dance, as of late, and it's everybody. It isn't just the young kids. I mean, you can go to any place, and if they start playing disco music, and even when I sing it, the audience, be they in Las Vegas or anywhere I've sung, all start to move to the music. I think people love to dance, and it's nice because disco music has brought back a kind of a touch dancing, which we didn't have before when it was the twist or rock and roll or whatever it was. And
I think that's well said. I don't like to dance unless I have somebody to hang on to.
Well, I feel safer myself.
Yeah, I'm a little shy about going out there.
One thing about the dancing, and I'll never forget this one time I was dancing with my ex-husband, and he was a very good dancer, and I'm basically shy. And the one thing about dancing apart is that the other person, I love the eye contact. And he was dancing away, and I stopped dancing, and he didn't even know I had stopped. So at the end of the dance, I gave him a standing ovation. I thought he was very good.
Yeah, I can relate with that completely.
So it's just like before it was two people out on the floor doing their own thing in two different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because my marriage didn't work out, but that was generally speaking what was happening. And it's kind of nice now that people are looking into each other's eyes and holding. I think that is really nice.
I think we're getting back to more of that.
And I think probably in music it's becoming a little more melancholy or a nicer sound. I feel, as with everything, the pendulum swings one way and then it kind of has to swing back the other way.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're getting to the point now where people are trying to... Well, I don't think we need the material thing so much anymore. I think we're getting back to the point where people are important. And
well, that to me is the most important. That we're not getting necessarily to a thing of collecting things, because things, they're just things. You can't take them with you. And I think, what I would love to see, and Michael and I talk about it, as far as instead of growing older, growing better together. Like, we have sat out on a little porch that we have. And it isn't the porch like we used to have, years and years ago, where people used to be able to visit each other. I don't know how it is in Chicago, but in California, it's so hard to get to know who your neighbor is. Mm-hmm. And it would be kind of nice to have that again, to have that thing of not, excluding television or radio, but just the communication of talking.
I think it's a lost art, and listening's a lost art too sometimes.
Oh, it's just wonderful to sit out there and just watch the sunset, or watch the stars first coming out, and just talk. And I said, gee, you would be so wonderful to grow old with.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to say grow old, it's to grow better with.
It's good to get to know your neighbor other than through the means of a lawsuit or something like that, certainly. Or
right.
Argument over whose grass you're mowing or putting
right,
up.
Or where your fence is going up.
That's right. ViKki, I want to thank you for taking the time again to talk with us. The best to you.
Thank
You're a lovely lady. I love hearing you sing, and by golly, if we can make it up, I'd love to catch you at the Blue Max.
Please come up, because I think you'll see quite a difference of what is on records when you see it in person.
Thanks, ViKki.
Okay, dear. Bye-bye.